Investing in an equity mutual fund is no cakewalk. The balancing act between the bull market and the bear market can lead to a few burning fingers. Now, if what you need is a fund that will get you returns at all points of the market cycle, then the Franklin India Flexi Cap Fund might be your answer. If you've been watching the market closely, you might have realized that large cap and small cap stocks tend to perform differently through different market cycles. For example, mid or small cap stocks could move up sharply during a certain time period, while large cap stocks just stay put. And large cap stocks tend to be less volatile than the mid and the small cap stocks. Well, enter the Franklin India Flexi Cap Fund. As the name suggests, it allows its managers to pick stocks from all categories, small, mid and large cap stocks. And the fund promises to derive optimal returns from the stock markets. But has it delivered? Let's take a look at the numbers. If you invested 1,000 rupees in this fund when it started, you would have 1,323 rupees last year and 2,592 rupees today. So is the fund's alternative approach to stock picking and its consistent returns reason enough for you to shell out money and invest in it? Answers coming right up.
The Franklin India Flexi Cap Fund, Dhiren, do you think that the approach of a Flexi Cap Fund works in this situation?
Yes, Flexi Cap is the way to go. In fact, if you look at our portfolio, the way we construct it, it is spread across all kind of capitalization. So this Flexi Cap basically means that the fund manager will be pursuing a strategy where he will tilt his portfolio to a certain kind of companies by capitalization. It is not committed to being a large cap, mid cap, small cap, but it will try to tilt its portfolio opportunistically. Unfortunately, this fund has done none of those. It has done nothing. It is a good diversified portfolio with some allocation to small cap, nominal allocation to mid cap, and has largely been a large cap fund in its nearly 5-year history. And the result of all this is that it is proving to be an average fund. There is nothing extraordinary about this fund.
Well, what kind of an investor would you recommend buy this fund? Where does it fit into one portfolio at all, if you do recommend that anybody buys this fund?
This fund, going by what it has been able to demonstrate, it can well fit in as a core of any equity portfolio. But the point is that investors should be choosing a fund, the best fund of the available options. If one has to choose a fund for its all cap orientation, I would say that Franklin Prima Plus will be a better bet any day. And across many fund companies, there are superior alternatives.
Dhiren, your website rates this fund as below average on its risk rating. Can you explain to us why that is?
It is not based on standard deviation. We don't look at the simple volatility, but we penalize a fund which declines more often. So, and it is also a relative measure. It is basically reflection that relative to all other equity funds, this fund declines more often. And that is why it actually shows up. And these are broad bands. So if it is above average on the risk grade, basically this fund has in total number of based on month-on-month performance, based on monthly returns, this fund has declined more number of times than most other equity funds.
All right, Dhiren, finally your rating of the Franklin India Flexi Cap Fund, good, bad, average. What's your take?
Yeah, it is an average fund.
Dhiren Kumar, they're giving us his review of the Franklin India Flexi Cap Fund. He says even though it's called a Flexi Cap Fund, it's more of just an average large cap fund.